Hi everybody, this is Hale. I am doing a kind of a vlog status update. I wanted to do one for a while and haven't gotten around to it, so I thought I'd do one now. The video that you're watching is a Guan Yu domination episode that for some reason I didn't have my mic on for, so none of the game, well, the game audio is there, but my audio wasn't. And it was a decent game, so I thought I'd just use it for this purpose. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for coming to my channel, subscribing, watching videos, whatever. I wanted to kind of give you some background as to, where it started, where we're at now and where we're going to, although it's really not that profound. Anyway, I got into watching YouTube videos actually with Star Wars The Old Republic. I'd signed up for a few months, not any longer. And actually started watching some YouTubers there and ended up finding Steve Schwint and Jesse Cox, both of which they were doing SWTOR videos at that time. Jesse kind of did a summary of all the plot points for, I think, Sith Warrior or something, maybe the other one. And then Steve did one, and then I think he kind of stopped midway through. But I found both of them entertaining and started following them. From there, I kind of transitioned into watching Steve's Smite videos, which got me really turned on to the Smite game. Jesse Cox, obviously, is a very large YouTuber that does all sorts of videos. I follow, most of what he does with a lot of interest. I also like to watch Day9, who does StarCraft videos. I think he does a really good analysis job, and he's kind of interesting. I don't really play StarCraft, but, I thought it's very interesting to watch him. From there, Jesse, I think, is in the, TGS, the Gaming Station Network, and then from there I got into watching Total Biscuit, who has a very large channel, does a lot of news. You don't need me to tell you what these people do, obviously. Krendor, Dodger, I did really enjoy Jesse and Krendor's Saints Row playthrough. If you haven't seen that, I think it's hilarious, if you're not easily offended. And then on the Smite front, I also watch Dry Bear and Mako at the RageBot channel. Mako did do a shout out for my channel, which I am very grateful for. So if you haven't seen his channel, or really Steve, Dry Bear, or Mako's channel, you're probably missing out, because I honestly think they do a better job than I do. As of recording right now, we have 61 subscribers, which is probably 60 more than I thought I'd ever have. So thank you very much. You can go anywhere on YouTube and watch anything, and, a lot of people, or a lot of you, your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending some of it with me on my channel. I'm probably not the best gameplay channel, nor the best commentary, but, there might be some value in watching somebody that isn't superb at games, kind of play through them and say, oh yeah, they struggle the same way I do. For example, Jesse, a lot of his videos, he's like, oh, I'm just doing it all wrong, but, I'm doing it my way. And certainly his commentary is very good. So, I kind of see some value in doing things that way. Let's see. Also, a lot of the games I play are, PvP, MOBAs, that kind of stuff. And it's kind of hard commentating whilst people are actively trying to kill you. So I think, the gameplay and the commentary suffers to a certain extent. I'll say, let's say Steve Schwint does that very well, where, especially with his, Black Ops commentaries, where he can, go on about various things. While, putting the smack down. And that's something, I aspire to. I think, every day or every video gets a little bit better on average. So, hopefully you'll see a net improvement in general quality over time. Let's see, what else? Speaking of quality, I don't really have a background in audio and video production, so I've kind of fooled around with various things. I've upgraded my hardware, not significantly. I can see the microphones that the big YouTubers have, and I use Fraps, and I was using Audacity, which is an excellent program to kind of clean up the sound. I think the quality is just good enough now that I don't need to do that, hopefully, for a lot of the games. But, I know they use, high-end mics, and, I'll say I have a moderate range mic at the best. So, maybe I'll try and upgrade that in the future as things go on. But anyway, if anybody has any suggestions or whatever, it's a constant struggle to get decent recordings of, my commentary without breathing into the mic. So, every so often I try something new and see if it improves things. Anyway, as far as the existing games go, mostly it's Smite. I'd say maybe 50% of the channel is Smite, if not more. And then 50% of that is probably going to be Conquest, if not more. Certainly a lot of people said that's what they prefer to watch. The only reason I wouldn't do more of that is I try to budget about an hour of time and about 100 gigabytes of disk space, which isn't huge these days, but sometimes I don't have that much if I have to render a bunch of videos. So if I have a lesser amount of time, I might do Domination or Arena, or a lesser amount of space where I'm like, I can squeeze a game in. But Conquest could run an hour, and I don't want to run out of space 50 minutes into it, or if I don't have an hour to spend, I don't want to jump into a game where I might not be able to finish it. Also, as far as Smite goes, I'm fairly proud to say I don't have a Smurf account. I haven't started a second account to play lower level players. So, while I may struggle at it, at level 30, I'm always playing the level 30 players. So, I don't go farm lobies, as it were. I'm also doing Awesome Knots, as you know, so I'm trying to just go through and do all the characters. I think I have them all unlocked right now. In Awesome Knots, you don't have to pay for the characters, you just kind of unlock them as you level up. So I think I have them all unlocked, and I try and do, a couple videos of that a week. And I think that's, pretty nice. As far as MOBA goes, it's kind of like a casual MOBA. Although, if you watch the last Awesome Knots video I have, or will be posting shortly, you see I got promoted a league at the end. So, the people get harder the higher you get promoted. So, maybe it'll be a little less casual than it has been. So, I've been doing that. I think it's pretty nice. If you don't like MOBAs in general, you may want to try Awesome Knots. It does go on sale ridiculously frequently. I think it's on sale at the moment right now. So, if you don't have it, you want to try it, I'd certainly give it a try. It's like 3-on-3 platform. You can watch the videos. You don't need me to tell you. The other one I'm doing is Tribes, in part because it's also published by the same company that does Smite. And in part, because I used to play Tribes 2 back in the day, actually competitively. I wasn't that great, but, it wasn't that bad. So I'm very rusty at it, and, I never was the best player, but, it's kind of fun. And as I said in one of the other videos, I was thinking that maybe there would be something that would be better, have a better response than Tribes. So I've been looking around for other ones, but actually I kind of like playing Tribes, and, so I think I'll continue with that. And then every so often I might throw a Minecraft video in. I'm guessing everyone is sick of Minecraft, but I recently got into that. And, every so often I might do something. You're like, that's not impressive, but I might do that just, for something to do. As far as new stuff coming up, per YouTube policy, you have to get commercial use rights. And some companies, such as the Mojang, which publishes Minecraft, will say, go ahead and do it. Other ones, you have to request permission. And, I try and follow the rules for YouTube. So, if I don't get explicit permission from a company, then, I don't really feel that I can, monetize and record their videos. And it's not like, I'm doing this for money because, I'd be out on the streets. But, I'm just kind of doing this. The reason I got into it is I was, watching Steve's videos and watching Jesse's videos. And I'm like, I wonder if I could give that a try. So, I kind of gave it a try. And, the monetization part is part of that. And, if that ever got big enough that I could, kind of use that to support some of the equipment I could do to do this better, that's probably as high as I would ever shoot for right now. And I can tell you, it's quite a bit higher than what it would be right now, but I'm very content to grow it organically. A lot of you have said that, you should have more subs, and I really appreciate that. I do. I mean, it's great that somebody would think that. And I think if the quality coming out of this channel justifies it, eventually I will. But I'm perfectly happy to grow this channel organically. If somebody thinks it's worth retweeting or posting in their channel as Mako did, and actually Hi-Rez, the makers of Smite, actually tweeted once about the channel. That's great, and certainly everyone is welcome. And if you have any comments, feel free. So anyway, I was talking about the licensing process. So I'm not part of any network, mainly due to size, and plus, I'm still playing around. But a lot of companies, really can't be bothered for giving an individual rights or whatever. So you have to, ask, and if, let's say if Bethesda doesn't get back to me, that's not, that's just my tough luck. So I don't necessarily blame them, because if I was running a company, the last thing I would want to do is have to respond to individual requests and say yes, no, and then have to monitor what people are doing. For example, if they grant rights to Machinima, and somebody with Machinima goes off and makes a video they're not happy about, then they can go to Machinima and say, hey, you need to take care of this. So I understand a lot of companies that do that. So as of right now, Ronimo, or I think that's how you pronounce it, and Hi-Rez have given me permission to do that, and then Minecraft has blanket permission. I also have rights for Chivalry, and I don't necessarily know who publishes these, which the TGS, the Game Station people, are into. I've played it, and the interface just seems to be clunky to me. Excuse me. It uses the Unreal Engine, and based upon how polished that engine should be, I think the game's a little clunky. Plus, it comes down, I think, to who has the best ping. I also have Natural Selection, which is kind of an innovative game. It's kind of an FPS with RTS flavor to it. Basically, your units are actual people playing the FPS game, which is kind of cool. So I have that, and I have the rights to it. But, when I'm the aliens, if you've ever played it, it's like I get shot by one bullet and I'm dead. And if I'm the Marines, then, the alien charges in and I spend, I can't find it, it's dancing around me, and then I'm dead too. So I realize those are mutually exclusive, but, it is what it is. I also have Air Mech, which I know Husky StarCraft is very into, which is kind of StarCraft-like, but it's basically you have a single unit, and then you spawn, your RTS units, and then you can interact with them directly as your unit and pick them up. And I have a couple other odds and ends rights for games that I haven't really pursued yet. I could look at PlanetSide. I don't know if Sony is, interested in independence. Certainly StarCraft 2, I think Blizzard has given blanket permission. I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing a Bronze League player, because to be honest, I just don't click fast enough to do exceptionally well at StarCraft. I have been looking at Dota 2 since I'm like, Smite, how different can Dota 2 be? I think, the League of Legends is probably saturated, and, the last thing they need is me there. But, I was looking at Dota 2, and I'm like, that's something very different. So... I don't know if there'd be anybody that would be interested in that, and I could pursue that. But, let me know. So, that's pretty much it. If you guys would like to see anything else as far as games or whatnot, just let me know, or, different styles. I know people have commented, with my commentary that, I make like a noise when I'm thinking. And I notice other people do it, too. And, I tend to say so and, while I'm playing. And again, it's kind of hard to do commentary while there's people actually actively trying to cut your head off. So that's something I do work on, but, it's always a struggle. So anyway, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. I did want to say thanks again, certainly having this many people, which I consider, a large number, hopefully it'll get bigger. But this many people, interested in what I'm doing is great. And, I'm just kind of having fun putting this stuff out, doing the YouTube experience. So, thank you very much for, spending your time with me. And, also have a Merry Christmas. I'm recording this Christmas Day. So, Merry Christmas, or the holiday of your choice. And, have a Happy New Year. Thank you very much.